Welcome to another episode of Foreign Insight Podcast with your host, Maddox, man. And like, share, subscribe, man. Help me get these numbers up, man. I appreciate the ones who support me. I appreciate all the subscribers that I have, the ones that's supporting me. Even if you're not supporting me and you just view it, I still salute you. I still support you. Even if you don't agree with me. Remember what you always say, we are not a monolith. Remember that. All right? So let's get into it, man. People are still going crazy over this DEI. And the crazy part I find it interested is when remember Martin Luther King said,
A dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
and we all agree with that, right? So when the federal is stopped funding DEI programs, everyone forgot that. Everyone forgot that. So y'all mad that people are trying to judge you off your merit, your skill, your ability, versus if you're transgender or woman or black man. I'm lost, right? So now people are still going on to DEI and acting like these companies wasn't already hiring black people, wasn't already doing business with black people before DEI was implemented in Target. It's like a goldfish mentality. They keep forgetting every second. They keep forgetting. You're not in love anymore. They keep forgetting. Now, Marlon Wayans, one of the legendary comedians, who I love, one of my favorites of all times, put up a post with Roland Martin, getting basically passionate, speaking on black people who are not focused on the real deals, or trying to insinuate that Donald Trump is trying to take away or undo the acts of civil rights acts of 64 and 65. Let's hear what we had to say, and then I'm gonna give my review on it.
A lot of y'all are bullshitting around on whether you can be on fucking TikTok while you're getting caught up in some bullshit housewife, while you're having your fucking MJ and LeBron debates on who's the GOAT. There is literally, as we speak, an entire focus to gut every single civil right and economic gain that we have had since 1964, because they are pissed with those three acts. They're pissed with the Brown versus Board of Education Act. You have voucher bills that are being pushed in Texas and Tennessee and other places to gut public education. What we have to understand is there is a vicious assault to completely defund Black America.
Y'all see that? Talking about DEI. What Roland Martin don't mention is that the Department of Education sucks. The kids are having bad results, but the federal was spending so much money, but the kids' results are bad. The food is bad. Their new curriculums that you put into the schools are bad. They're funding all kind of weird stuff into these schools, right? So yeah, I think Trump should dismantle the Department of Education and remix it and bring it back to how it used to be. They got something called core math. Go look up what core math is. Core math will make your head hurt. It's so confusing. They even took out cursive out of school, or script out of school. Now watch this. Y'all watch that video right there, right? So I responded in the comment section, right? And I wrote, now this is the thing about a lot of black people. They always say, we are not a monolith. Remember that from the beginning? They say, we are not a monolith. And then if a black person thinks different from them, this is what happens. So I wrote, he's literally lying. If you go read it yourself, Trump can't literally do it. He cannot change an act/law. From that comment that I wrote, look what I get. Shut your raccoon symbol ass up. This is what I get. Boy, go sit your rocket raccoon behind down. Y'all see this? Someone, because you are in the wrong space. Ain't nobody trying to listen to you. We don't need some sellout telling us what we see happening isn't real. This is how you know when people are low vibrational and stupid. When they start calling black people raccoons, no other word, because they have a different point of view and they didn't read what I'm lost. Right? This you get as a black person. You even have people that will try to come after your business. Next comment. And you're a black owned business. Cool. While I'm keeping lists of what businesses to support, I know which ones not to. Foreign Labor, Foreign Insight Podcast. Got it. So she just tried to cancel my business because I said a president cannot overturn an act, which is a fact. So she's doing it in the comment section and try to get all the black people, look y'all, we're not going to support this black business. You're no different than the white supremacists who you're claiming that don't want to support black businesses. You're that exact person that you say that you claim them out to be. Does that make sense to y'all? And it's sad in the black community, right? When you have a different point of view, how black people automatically say you're not black. I have never heard this in any other race or culture in my life. I have never heard Asians, whether they're Indian or Chinese, Korean, say, you are not Asian because your view different. I have never heard this in my life. I have never heard a white man say, you're not white because you think different. I have never heard that in my life. I only hear black people in America say that dumb shit. You're not black because you think different. But then tell white people, we're not a monolith. What the Oh, now let's get to another video. So now, y'all so mad that these DEI programs are being exposed, right? So a lot of the black bourgeoisies or even a lot of the white elites are benefiting from these things. Once again, a lot of white women are using black women. See, I told y'all, DEI, DEI. And if a white person ever tell you DEI means black and convince you that DEI means black, that person is in fact the racist. Because DEI don't mean black. It don't. It never said it. It's for minority people, right? Different types of minorities. Hispanic, white woman, gay, trans, mentally ill. This is a way to trick disabled people to work. But you're not catching that. But anyway, they are funding weird, stupid stuff, spending taxpayers' money. You don't believe me? Let's take a look at this. Here's one thing that Roland Martin won't show or won't tell you. Here are some of the programs the federal money was being spent on.
$10 million in taxpayer funds that were spent creating transgender mice, rats, and monkeys. These DEI grants funded painful and deadly transgender experiments that forced lab animals to undergo invasive surgeries and hormone therapies at universities across the country. For example, the Biden-Harris administration spent $2.5 million taxpayer dollars, $2.5 million taxpayer dollars to study the fertility of transgender mice. Let that sink in. We spent over $2 million studying the fertility of transgender mice. $1.1 million was spent to find out if female rats receiving testosterone therapies to mimic transgender men were more likely to overdose on a party drug, commonly used in the LGBTQ community to induce drug-fueled what's called, quote, chemsex. I asked my staff what was chemsex and the chemical, and I guess it's something called GHB, which is a date rape drug, and also a drug that's used recreationally. So we spent over $1 million to find out if female rats receiving testosterone therapy were more likely to overdose on a date rape drug. Like, that's what your taxpayer dollars were being spent on. More than $10 million in taxpayer funds.
Do y'all see this? So while Roland Martin out there screaming, he's not telling people where the money was being spent on. You get what I'm saying? Now, these are some of the things about why you cut the DEI programs and you feed the money that's being spent recklessly and disguised as overall DEI programs. Why are we spending federal money or even taxpayer money transgender mice and monkeys? And what the hell is chemsex? Kung Lao sex? What the hell is that? Why is that so important? I just find it to be extremely odd. Right? And people going crazy about, oh, Elon Musk. Oh my God, Elon Musk. First of all, how can y'all be so blind to see that Trump and Elon Musk is exposing highway robbery from the government? Y'all mad at Elon Musk, but not mad at the person who are robbing us. They're exposing who is robbing people. They don't tell you this. They tell you, listen, we're spending $10 million on focus on how chemsex work and also transgender monkeys. What? You'll be like, nah, I'm not okay with that. So they disguise it and put it under these weird ass grants and DI programs that you're not going to pay no mind to. They're funded weird stuff. Come on, man. They got things. They got courses they're paying. Like, a lot of jobs out there are having DEI programs at their jobs, right? So they got to teach these classes at jobs, right? And they'll tell people that's white how to be less white. To be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less, like, do you understand this? Be less ignorant? What? Be more humble? Like, do you understand why would the government fund this type of stuff? And anybody white that say, yeah, white privilege exists and I'm white privileged because I'm white and, black people, you gotta be some of the, that is extremely racist to think because you're white, you're better than me. No, you're not. And black people out there, no white person is better than you because they're white. And if a white person ever comes to you and say, yeah, white privilege exists because I got an upper hand because I'm white, they think that they're better than you. They're exposing it, trying to have white guilt, but they're exposing their racism while trying to have a fake savior complex. A lot of white liberals like that think that they're Jesus Christ to black people. I'm their God. I'm their savior. I'm white. And I have privilege, so I know what's the power that it has over black people. Like, do you understand how rude that is? To even sit there and take that information in? Like, what are you doing? No, you don't, white person. No, you don't. We all equal. With that being said, man, I'm about to be out of 2000. Before I go, I want y'all to tune into my I got a movie coming out. It's called Fuck the Left. Right? So just make sure y'all cop them. Those tickets, is coming out on the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make this country bleed red. You feel me? Nah, I'm playing. We together. Blue, red, we together, man. My Democratic people, man, I don't hate y'all. We still Americans. But a lot of y'all out there, man, I gotta think twice about y'all. But anywho, y'all, later.